Top 5 fastest Mercedes you can buy in 2026. If I told you the fastest Mercedes you can buy in 2026 hits 60 in under 3 seconds and weighs nearly 3 tons, you would probably think I was making it up. But that is exactly where we are right now. Mercedes-AMG has gone all in on hybrid powertrains, stuffed electric motors into cars that used to be simple V8s, and somehow made them quicker than anything they have ever built. Today, we are counting down the 5 fastest Mercedes models you can actually walk into a dealership and buy right now, ranked by 0 to 60 time. Before we get into it, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I put out honest, no-nonsense car content every day, and if you are the kind of person who wants the real numbers without the marketing spin, you will want to stick around. All right, let's get into it. Number 5. 2026 Mercedes-AMG C63 S E Performance. This is the car that started all the arguments. For years, the C63 was the affordable V8 muscle car of the Mercedes lineup. It had a handcrafted 4.0-liter V8, rear-wheel drive, and a personality that made it one of the most popular AMG models ever sold. Then for this generation, Mercedes pulled the V8 out entirely and replaced it with a 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder paired with a rear-axle electric motor. Now, before you write this one off, let me give you the numbers. The combined output is 671 horsepower and 752 pound-feet of torque. It hits 60 miles per hour in 3.3 seconds and tops out at 174 miles per hour. To put that in perspective, the old V8 C63 S made 503 horsepower and ran to 60 in about 3.8 seconds. So the 4-cylinder hybrid is genuinely quicker, and it is not even close. The 4-cylinder engine itself is worth talking about because it is not some economy car motor. It is the most powerful production 4-cylinder engine ever built, and the turbocharger is spun by an electric motor derived directly from the Mercedes Formula One program. That means turbo lag is essentially eliminated. The throttle response is immediate in a way that the old V8, with its bigger turbos and more displacement, simply could not match off the line. The car weighs 4,817 pounds, which is heavy for a compact sedan, and that is mostly down to the hybrid battery and the electric motor assembly. You will feel that weight in tight corners if you are pushing it hard on a back road, but for straight-line acceleration, which is what this list is about, the weight does not hurt it nearly as much as you would expect. Inside, you get AMG performance seats, a flat-bottom steering wheel wrapped in microfiber, and the full suite of Mercedes driver assistance systems. Fuel economy is rated around 25 miles per gallon combined when you are actually charging the battery regularly, though real-world numbers from owners suggest you will see closer to 20 if you are driving it the way an AMG is meant to be driven. The starting price is around $84,000, which makes it the most affordable car on this list by a significant margin. Number 4. The 2026 Mercedes-AMG GT Black Series. Now, I need to be upfront about something here. This car is technically a carryover from the previous generation, and Mercedes built a very limited run of roughly 1,700 units worldwide. The GT Black Series uses a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 with a flat-plane crankshaft, which was a first for AMG. That engine produces 720 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque, sending all of it to the rear wheels through a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. It hits 60 in 3.1 seconds and reaches a top speed of 202 miles per hour, which is the highest top speed of any car on this list. What makes the Black Series special is that it does all of this without a hybrid system, without an electric motor, and without all-wheel drive. Every other car on this countdown uses some form of electric assistance to hit its numbers. The Black Series relies entirely on internal combustion, aerodynamics, and chassis engineering. In 2020, Mercedes Works driver Mauro Engel took a GT Black Series to the Nürburgring and set a production car lap record of 6 minutes and 43.6 seconds, which beat the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ at the time. The car generates over 880 pounds of downforce at 155 miles per hour thanks to a massive manually adjustable rear wing and an aggressive front splitter. Inside, you get carbon fiber bucket seats, Alcantara trim, and a roll bar mounted behind the front seats. There is no luxury pretense here. Everything in the cabin exists to save weight or improve performance. Finding one available at a dealership in 2026 is going to be difficult, and you will almost certainly pay above the original $389,000 Macy RP if you find one on the secondary market. But it is still a car you can buy if you have the patience and the budget, and it earns its spot on this list. Number 3. The 2026 Mercedes-AMG S63 E Performance. This is the car that makes the least sense on paper and the most sense in the real world. The S-Class has always been the car Mercedes builds for people who want to be driven, not for people who want to drive. It is a luxury flagship designed for comfort, silence, and isolation from the outside world, and yet AMG has turned it into one of the quickest sedans on the planet. Under the hood is a handcrafted 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 paired with a rear-axle electric motor. The combined output is 791 horsepower and a staggering 1,055 pound-feet of torque. That is enough to push this 5,831-pound sedan to 60 miles per hour in 3.0 seconds flat and onto an electronically limited top speed of 180 miles per hour. When Edmunds tested the S63 E performance on their track, it cleared the quarter mile in 11.0 seconds and stopped from 60 in 107 feet. Those numbers beat the Bentley Flying Spur speed in every measurable category. The weight is the thing that sticks with you. Nearly 3 tons of leather, glass, sound deadening, and technology, and it still accelerates like a sports car. The hybrid system helps here because the electric motor provides instant torque from 0 RPM, which is exactly what you need to overcome that much mass off the line. The V8 takes over as the revs climb, and the transition between the two power sources is seamless in normal driving. Inside, the S63E Performance is everything you would expect from a top-tier S-Class. Nappa leather covers virtually every surface. The front seats offer 12-way adjustment with heating, ventilation, and massage functions. The rear seats are heated and reclining, and the cabin features 64 colors of ambient lighting. It is, without question, the most comfortable car on this list, and it is the one most likely to serve as a daily driver for someone who also wants serious performance when the opportunity arises. The MSRP starts at $189,800, and that number climbs quickly once you start adding options. The AMG Night Package, the carbon fiber exterior trim, and the executive rear seat package can push the final price well past $210,000. Fuel economy is rated around 20 miles per gallon combined, which is respectable for a car with this much power and this much weight. Maintenance costs will be significant, as with any S-Class, but the hybrid system is covered under the Mercedes 8-year, 100,000-mile battery warranty, which should give most buyers some peace of mind. Number 2. The 2026 Mercedes-AMG SL63 S E Performance. And this is where the numbers start getting genuinely hard to believe. The SL nameplate has been around for over 70 years, and in all that time, Mercedes has never put this much power into an open-top car. The SL63 S E Performance produces 805 horsepower and 1,047 pound-feet of torque from its handcrafted 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 and rear-axle electric motor combination. It hits 60 in 2.8 seconds and reaches a top speed of 196 miles per hour. Driving this car with the roof down changes the experience entirely. When you launch an SL63 S E Performance with the top up, it feels fast in the way that any modern AMG feels fast. Quick, composed, almost clinical. But drop the roof, and suddenly all 1,047 pound-feet of torque are hitting you with nothing between the engine and your ears. The V8 exhaust note is loud and unfiltered in a way that the sedan and coupe models on this list simply cannot match because there is no roof to trap the sound inside the cabin. Coupe described a full-throttle launch in this car as being double bounced on God's trampoline, which is a colorful way of saying the acceleration is violent enough to be physically disorienting. The car weighs 4,839 pounds, which is heavy for a roadster, but lighter than the S-Class and the GT63 Coupe. The all-wheel drive system and the hybrid powertrain work together to put the power down cleanly, and the carbon ceramic brakes come standard, because Mercedes knew the stock steel brakes would not survive repeated hard stops from these speeds. The MSRP is $227,900, and like the S-Class, options will push that number higher. The practical considerations here are similar to any convertible. The soft top operates in about 15 seconds at speeds up to 37 miles per hour, which is convenient for highway on-ramps and sudden rain. Trunk space is limited with the top down, so this is not a road trip car unless you pack light. The hybrid battery does eat into some of the cargo area compared to the non-hybrid SL models. Number 1. The Mercedes-AMG GT63 S E Performance Coupe. This car hits 60 miles per hour in 2.7 seconds, which makes it the quickest production car Mercedes has ever sold. It reaches a top speed of 199 miles per hour, and it does all of this using a powertrain that combines a handcrafted 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 with a 201 horsepower electric motor on the rear axle. The total system output is 805 horsepower and 1,047 pound-feet of torque. What separates the GT63 S E performance from the SL we just talked about, despite sharing the same powertrain on paper, is the level of engineering that goes into making the car handle and perform at the absolute limit. The rear electric motor has its own dedicated 2-speed gearbox that shifts at 87 miles per hour and revs to 13,500 RPM. The hybrid battery is housed in a carbon fiber crash structure and cooled individually at the cell level, using technology that Mercedes developed through its Formula One program. At speeds above 50 miles per hour, an active carbon fiber panel beneath the car lowers and uses the Venturi effect to suck the entire chassis down onto the pavement, increasing high-speed stability without adding the drag of a traditional spoiler. Carbon ceramic brakes, rear axle steering, and active suspension all come standard. None of it is optional. This is the most technologically advanced car that the Affalterbach facility has ever produced, and the price reflects that. The MSRP is approximately $200,500, which is actually less than the SL63 S E Performance, despite being the faster car. The reason is that the GT Coupe does not have the convertible top mechanism or some of the luxury appointments that drive up the SL's price. From a practical standpoint, the GT63 S E Performance is a 2+2 coupe, which means the rear seats are usable for small children or short trips, but not much else. The ride quality is firm even in the most comfortable suspension setting, and road noise is noticeable at highway speeds. This is a car built for performance first and comfort second, which is the opposite of the S-Class we covered at number 3. Fuel economy is rated around 18 miles per gallon combined, and the electric-only range is roughly 7 miles, which is enough to get you out of your neighborhood quietly, but not much more than that. The long-term ownership picture for the GT63 S E Performance is the biggest unknown on this list. The powertrain is extraordinarily complex, with 2 power sources, 2 gearboxes, and a thermal management system that rivals what you would find in a race car. Mercedes backs the hybrid components with an 8-year warranty, but once that coverage expires, repair costs for the electric motor and battery system could be substantial. If you are buying this car, I would strongly recommend purchasing an extended warranty or setting aside a maintenance reserve. So those are the 5 fastest Mercedes models you can buy in 2026, ranging from an $84,000 4-cylinder sedan to a $200,000 hybrid coupe that hits 60 in 2.7 seconds. I'm curious which one of these you would actually put in your garage, so drop your pick in the comments below. If you found this breakdown useful, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.